In this video, we're going to find the nth term of a sequence where the rule is linear and generate terms using the nth term. If you're revising, you can pause the video and have a go at questions 1 and 2. So, in the previous objective, the next term of the sequence was generated using a term-to-term rule. You can also generate terms if you know its position. The term number n is the position of each term. So if we consider the sequence 3, 7, 11, 15, 19, 3 is in the first position, so the term number is 1, n is 1. 7 is in the second position, so its term number is 2. 11 is in the third position, so its term number is 3, and so on. The nth term of a sequence is a rule which finds the term if you want to know its term number or its position. The nth term of a sequence above is 4n minus 1. We'll talk about how to find that in a second. If we want to find the 10th term, so when n is 10, then the 10th term would be equal to 4n minus 1, 4 tens minus 1, which is 39. Now just to clarify, linear sequences go up or down by an equal amount from term to term. If they change the amount they go up or down by, it's non-linear. So example 1, we have to find the nth term and the 50th term of the following sequences. Now, lots of different ways you could be taught this, so I'm just going to show you one possible way. If you like it, great. If you don't, maybe see your teacher. I'm going to write above this n, which represents the term number. And just for clarity, and then you can see this goes up in threes. So the first thing you're looking at is it linear sequence? Does it go up by an equal number each time? And if so, what is that number? And that's threes. Now, simplistically, we know the 3 times tables would be the first thing we'd encounter in our maths journey. That goes up by threes, or the multiples of 3. 3 times tables, the multiples of 3. In algebra, we can see that the 3 times tables is the term number multiplied by 3, or n times 3, which is 3n. So the 3 times tables, or the multiples of 3, is called 3n in algebra. If this is 3n, what would this one here be? Well, it's very, very similar because it goes up in threes, just like the 3 times tables, but it is 2 bigger. Every term is 2 bigger than the 3 times tables. So this sequence would be the 3 times tables plus 2 more. Part B. Okay, again, I'll just write the term number. Might be useful. And we can spot in this question that it's gone down by 5 each time. You don't have to write all of these in like this, but just to make sure that it is indeed going down or up by an equal number, that's useful to check. So this has gone down in 5s, so I'm going to write down the multiples of 5, but going down the way. So I suppose you could call it the negative 5 times tables. So if this is our term number here, what's the link between the term number and the minus 5 times tables? It is n times minus 5, or minus 5n. And remember, this sequence is going to be very familiar with this, or very similar to this sequence, because they're both going down in 5s. So this sequence is also going to be minus 5n. However, is it bigger or smaller? Well, this one's 9 bigger, this is 9 bigger. Every time we have to add on 9 to the minus 5 times tables to get the sequence that we want. So that's how we get what's called the nth term of the sequence. Now we have to also find the 50th term of these sequences. So if you want the 50th, term, do 3 times the 50, replace the n by the term number that we're looking for, and that would be 152 for that one. And then for this one, 50th term, minus 5 times 50, which is minus 250, plus the 9, which is minus 241. Question 2 then. Here's a sequence 3, 7, 11, 15, 19. We're asked, is 43 a term in the sequence? Is 81 a term in the sequence? And 167 is a term in the sequence. Which term is it? If we knew the nth term of this sequence, that would help us speed up answering these. We wouldn't want to continue on the sequence using a term-to-term rule. That's too simple but slow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's our term numbers. 3, 7, 11, 15, and 19. I can spot that's gone up by 4. Don't have to write it in every time, but I can see it's always gone up by 4. The 4 times tables goes up by 4. They are 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. Now, if the term number is n, the 4 times tables, the multiples of 4 would be 4n, which means this sequence is 4n, but is it bigger or smaller? It's 1 smaller than the 4 times tables. It's the 4 times tables, take away 1. So we're going to use that to answer A, B, and C. If 43 is in the sequence, then we should be able to find out which term it is. So we could put the nth term equal to 43, and then we get 4n. If we add 1 to both sides, is 44. And then we could divide n by 4 to get, 44 by 4 to get n as 11. So it's the 11th term. So is it a term in the sequence? Yes, it definitely is, because we know it's the 11th. Then part B, is 81 a term in the sequence? Well, if it is, we could find which term it is. We could find n if we put it equal to 81. That would give us that 4n is 82. And we could divide by 4, and we would get 20.5. 20.5. You can't get a 20.5 term. You have a first term, a second term, a third term, and so on. They have to be integers. So this is not a term in the sequence. It's halfway between two terms, between 79 and 83. Part C then, 167 is a term in the sequence. Which term is it? Again, because it's a term in the sequence, or if we're trying to find out if it's a term in the sequence, we can always put it equal to the nth term. We can add 1 to both sides, and we can divide through by 4 to get 42. So n is 42.